And welcome back, friends, to Trending. Actor Tony Hale is back as everyone's favorite over-the-top twins in Season 2 of the Disney Plus series, The Mysterious Benedict Society. The show is actually based on the popular children's book series. It stars Hale as Mr. Benedict, who recruits 4 children to stop a global emergency, all caused by the character's long-lost twin brother, Dr. L.D. Curtin. So joining us now is the Emmy Award winner himself, Mr. Tony Hale. Tony, hi. Yes, thank you for clapping yourself in, by the way. Yes. So Tony, thank you so much for joining us. So Tony, we got to talk about this show because this is so amazing because you represent 2 versions, really, of happiness in many ways. Kind of explain sort of how you're starting to drive sort of these characters and what makes them happy here.
Yeah, so you mentioned the twin brothers, and it's like you got the good twin, and then you got kind of like, I like to say kind of the troubled twin. He's not the bad twin.
Right.
But the first season, he was doing some pretty bad things. We thought we took care of him. This season, he reinvented himself as a self-help guru, selling happiness.
Right.
And, which was a big 180. But it's really, in addition to a lot of just incredibly fun adventure, there's this really beautiful message of like difference between artificial happiness and authentic happiness. And Benedict, the other brother, represents authentic happiness, but Curtin, he's thinking, hey, you need perfection to be happy, everything's gotta be perfect. And it's like, to me, it's super relatable to our society of like social media, and it's like everybody's looking, it's like, I gotta do this, I gotta be this to be happy, the quick fixes, and it's just not authentic, it's not reality.
Well, the show's executive producer, Hale, has said that this next season, Curtin is sort of a cult leader. So I think so it kind of leads me to sort of wonder, you, Mr. Tony Hale, this very decorated actor,
leader?
Yes, how well would you be as a cult leader?
Oh my God. I am such a people pleaser.
Yes.
If I was manipulating anybody, I'd be like, listen, this isn't real. It's like those hidden camera shows where like the actors play someone to trick somebody.
Yes.
I would be the actor to be like, listen, there's cameras on you.
Yes, surprise, yes.
Just don't give in to it.
Yes,
There's no
You'd be giving them the heads up. You wouldn't, yes.
I'd be like, do not drink the Kool-Aid.
So what's also so interesting about this role is because we all saw you in Hocus Pocus too, because we loved the fact that we got a reboot on this. But what I loved is you played 2 characters in that. And so I got to ask,
I only played 2.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do you sort of love playing 2 characters? Like, what is it about right now that your agent's like, he only plays 2 characters?
I know. It doesn't matter what role. Unless they have a twin, I'm not going to take it.
But do you enjoy it?
I do. It was like, it's a really fun challenge. And specifically with Benedict, you know, you have these 2 guys, but you have to find yourself in these characters. You know, that's the key. Because if you don't, then you're just kind of playing like bad guy, good guy. You gotta find, like the bad guy, for instance, he's very broken and manipulative and stuff. And like, I've had moments in my life, many which I'm not probably being manipulative, and it's like, you gotta find that within yourself.
Right.
And I'm manipulating you.
Yeah, exactly. This whole interview, you've been doing it this entire time.
I'm that good.
We also love you as the voice of Forky in Toy Story as well. And Forky, by the way, his show on Disney Plus, Forky Asks a Question, is so great also.
Oh, it's great.
You know, they haven't confirmed if there's gonna be another Toy Story, but if there was another Toy Story 5, let's say, I mean, how big of a role do you think Forky should be playing in this thing?
Oh my God, sweet little Forky. I mean, my favorite was his relationship with Gabby, the doll in the antique shop. But I just like that he walks around and asks questions. So it's like, I'm sure he has a lot more questions. So like, you know,
of course.
Him and Woody could just go around the universe.
Do you enjoy voice acting, especially for a character like that becomes sort of iconic in such a big franchise?
I do, because it's, you know, in this business, it's like, how real can you be? How authentic can you be? How natural can you be? Which is great, because you want to be relatable. With kids animation, it's like...
It's endless.
It's endless, and the leash is off, and you can just act as silly. It's children's theater. You're just acting as silly as you want, and that's super fun.
By the way, you recently told IndieWire that you would be up for an 8th season of Veep. Julie Louis-Dreyfus has already basically said that she would be interested in another season.
She has? Oh,
yes.
Nice. Julie,
so, I mean, so if she says it, you know the wheels are then in motion.
Mama said it.
But we know with how it ended, Gary was obviously arrested by the FBI. I mean, the ending was just like so classic. So if your character, Gary Walsh, gets if you were able to return, what would happen with Gary's character, do you think?
Woo. Well, to your point, it ended, you know, she really did him wrong.
Yeah,
because he was the only.
But Gary loved her.
Oh God, he had rose-colored glasses. He had rose-colored ears.
Yes, that lipstick, everything. Loved her.
So he was really the only one who I think really loved her. and she got rid of him and sent him to jail. And so there's this whole pocket of time where it's like, what happened then? And I kind of think that he kind of maybe got to a place of forget. I don't know what happened. But I want Dave Mandel to like dig in there, and I'd love some stories to come out of that.
You know what's so funny? We were gonna play a game with you. Who said it between Buster and well, we don't have it now. We were out of time because we weren't able to do it. But we were gonna say who played between what line was between Buster and Gary, and it was just so interesting the similarities between the two characters. Did you find that too when you were playing Gary?
Oh yeah, it was just like one big panic-stricken anxiety through line between Buster and Gary. But Buster was a little more in paralysis. He couldn't even leave the house practically. Whereas Gary, you know, could step up to the plate. I think Gary probably would have been a good next step for Buster. And Gary would have been a good mentor. Gary would have given the Buster the hug that he needed in life.
Interesting, interesting. Well, by the way, I'm bringing this all up because before shooting the first season of Arrested Development, you asked the show's creator, Mitch Hurwitz, what sort of a Buster wanted within life, which I thought was really interesting because he told you that Buster wanted safety. So when you look back at Buster's character and you think, oh God, all he wants is safety, he wants approval from his mother, you sort of get it now.
And he always would be in this stance.
Right.
Always just like, and his chin would go
but even
back.
just the hand movements near his face, everything like that.
Just kind of waiting what's going to come at him, you know?
So we figured we'd ask you, what does Tony Hale want most in life?
Oh
we want to go deep into this.
What if I just started bawling?
Yeah, yes, I know.
Like
I'm opening you up for this.
What do I want most in life? I said this recently on a podcast that, you know, I'm 52 years old, and as I get older, it really gets simpler. You know, I think it's, not to get too heavy, but you see more of the power in the ordinary and not, you know, because we both had very high highs in our life, and it's like, I'm so thankful for them, but it's the power in the ordinary. It's things just get a lot more simple.
That's good to know.
That's where I aspire more to.
Look, that is a good glass half full like look on the world as we get older.
That's where the power is, honestly, in the simple.
True. Tony Hale, such a pleasure to have you here. Congratulations on all of your success on all of this.
I love you too. I love this.
All right, of course you can catch him in season 2 of the Mysterious Benedict Society with new episodes, by the way, guys, streaming every Wednesday. And coming up next on Trending, we're diving into the depths of pop culture nostalgia with a few new editions of Flashback Fields. That's up next.
Oh, I want to know what a flashback is.
It's when